Hello, welcome everybody to the World 4-Player Chess Championships, free for all. This is round 1B. Our players are Icy Stun, Slayer 950, Muppet Robin, and Shadow 1729. And I ought to give a shout out to Icy Stun. I don't believe he's going to be streaming this, but he is a streamer. I am in the streamers lounge in the 4PC server. So if anyone wants to join me in commentary, happy to have you. So the players are anonymous. We see some of them, at least, are getting their queens out early, which is the meta. Generally, opposites work together. Yellow seems to be not as active as the other players, although yellow was responding to blue's aggression a bit. We'll see if yellow ends up as a good opposite or not. I have noticed in the past games I covered last night that yellow often was slower to develop than the others, so we'll see. Blue getting very aggressive. This is a potential threat. Green blocks off red. Red guards against this threat. Blue's bishop theoretically pointing at some scary squares for yellow. Blue's going to continue to develop. At this point, green seems the least active. At least his queen is not as useful. So if en passant happens, this rook could potentially hang. We do not see en passant. The blue is tempoed. Yellow is hoping that red will make an aggressive move against blue, but he does not. Instead, he just pushes the pawn. I think this is a potential miss from red. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a potential miss from red. Because he could have tempoed blue there. But red opted to just stay safe. Blue now pointing at some key squares here. None of them are particularly scary because this pawn is double guarded and the king is protected from this check by a blocker. And green is not really attacking any of these other squares. So blue is super active. Green just starting to get active. Blue continues to develop. Blue wants green to get to the center of the board here. But now it's kind of too late. Yellow seems pretty well defended. So we'll see how it goes. One of the players here is Icy Stun, who, in addition to being a streamer, though not streamer right now. Oh, oops, I should probably enable my stream. We'll go live here. There we go. In addition to being quite good, in addition to being a streamer, is the, I think, 5-time, or maybe more, world champion. He's particularly good at teams, and this is the teams stage of the game when players work together. So we expect Icy Sun to be the sharpest at finding these teams' tactics. So blue tempo and yellow. This does potentially launch the yellow rook. But now we are pointing at this yellow pawn. So if green helps out, theoretically we can attack that stuff. How can green help out? I don't think this really leads anywhere, but okay, he's getting more active. Red trying to tempo blue. Now red can theoretically... Okay, green helps out. Green pins this pawn. So if we take the knight and take the rook, oh, 6 times world champion. Luke corrects me in the chat. In the chat, in the 4PC chat, there's someone who predicts that yellow is Slayer. I'm not sure what that's based on. Maybe the arrows. Yellow has been arrowing a lot of things. At the high levels, they can kind of tell who players are based on the opponents. I am not that high level, so I cannot tell you that. My expectation would be the players that were less active in the beginning are unlikely to be Icy Stun. Because Icy Stun is an extremely good teams player. We expect Icy Stun to be very active. Although later in this match, maybe he might be less active in the beginning to mask himself if he racks up a few wins. The format of this is, we are going against red. Can yellow help out some? Yellow trying to potentially tempo green. If green takes one of these, is green going to be willing to sacrifice his queen for the good of... Okay.
That was
so there's a mate threat here.
There. I would have taken red's queen for free.
Okay, Luke would have just taken red's queen. There's probably still going to be an opportunity for that. So we'll see if he does that later on.
I had to make my appearance known by the opposite betrayal strategy.
Okay, and he takes green's queen instead. But I think in this case you're actually right with that's usually not correct, but with red certain to be mated in one, why not take a free 9 points?
Instead, that thing is in front of your face now. It's blocking your development. Your bishop now has to capture that great piece. A capture of shame. And,
or, hear me out, that could be used as a blocker. We could just leave it there and develop the bishop the other way.
Castle, yeah.
And, bring the king over here to its queen side.
I don't think castling's on the table. I think bishop develop, but then you move the king, you walk the king.
Well, I think we can see knight h11, the tempo the queen, guard this scary square, j12. Oh, not anymore.
Also possibly. All right, never mind.
Okay, well, now yellow needs to find something
might have to offer
do.
Queen trade, yeah.
Yep. Queen trade on offer.
That hangs G3.
And those are the remaining 2 queens. So it kind of makes sense for them to trade from a points perspective.
They didn't really have to... I don't think blue really had to trade immediately. He could just capture G13. And then recapture the queen with the bishop.
I can give a shout out here to 4 Player Chess, who's joining me in commentary.
Yeah, hello.
Green, that is not how knights move.
No, it is how knights move, and we got to remind our viewers that knights move backwards. In those open brackets for the BWC, I hear Chuck often pointing that out to
They do. Sometimes they do move backwards.
Not the under category.
Yeah, it also reminds me of the infamous Botez question in the World Championships to Magnus. How does the knight move? So,
Well,
whose position do you like the best here?
Say Green's. It's not even close. Actually, no.
I tend to. I'm going to
Dylan
disagree. I actually like Blue's position the best. And the reason I'm going to say that is not the current position necessarily, but the potential. Because first of all, Blue has clear promotion pass. But second, because Blue can easily hide among the dead pieces in the end game. So if we see like C5 and C5 and D4, potentially plant the bishop on B5. I think Blue's king will be fairly safe. I think Blue has a nice endgame construction.
Well, for sure. I actually agree here. Not only what you said, Green's pawn structure. You know, if you're Dylan and you're here in the commentary, you'd be like, every pawn push creates a weakness. And then of course you see Green's pawns are already pushed forward in front of the king. Blues are not. Blues are simply just, they say it. Blues probably best position here. Green has the score advantage, but does it really matter that much? It's not like a whole score ahead of the next player. So
yeah, and all 3 of these players have the bishop pair, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, the bishop pair is usually who you determine has the advantage in.
And the yellow right now, yellow's bishops seem the scariest. They're used in coordination, but all of these players have the potential to use their bishops effectively.
Yeah, but yellow's king is like not the best.
Yeah, yellow no longer really has pawns to hide behind. Luckily for now, at least he has some bishops.
Yeah, yellow's already pushed pawns forward here. One thing I want to point out, the reason why Stun has 3 championships in FFA is because these openings start out as teams. And if you're Icy Stun, not only do you have the team's theory in the opening, you have the ability to survive being 4th place. He's played a wide variety of openings to... He plays funny openings and teams to catch regulars out of theory. Try to get them out of the book, you know. But I wanted to say that because Lars not only can survive any openings his opposite plays, not any openings, but more than your typical regular who just goes off of your H1, H3, 1 F3, and then and then block the diagonals against the queen from the king. Kind of openings he plays has some unconventional openings, but he can use that to when he has the score lead and try to disguise himself better than the other players, because then he can play like the other players and get away with it.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right for sure. So it looks like yellow has fixed his bishops a bit to now shield his king, while still having some long-term potential. Um, the we have two players aiming at this blue knight, yellow and green with their bishops. I wonder whether one of them will sack their bishop, hoping the other will support them. More
That would
likely
be a
green to
funny
do that
idea.
than yellow. Yellow doesn't want to ever give up his bishop. Um, but we'll see what happens here. Blue has been rerouting his pieces. Um, I think green
Oh,
hasn't fully utilized his rooks yet. But green poised to promote if they can ever catch blue off guard at some point. What?
oh.
Yellow just sacked his bishop for a knight. Not so
He's
sure
got big
about that one.
plans.
Oh, he's hoping green is gonna
Oh,
play bishop takes knight himself, and green does not. So that's pretty bad for yellow. Yellow can at least push and get another connect four, but he does not. Why does he just hang this pawn? Like, blue could take the pawn, potentially.
it's the flying V in Hikaru's words.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, why doesn't he take? He doesn't like free pawns, I guess.
yep, hates free pawns. So do you have any predictions about who is who here?
Do I want to
Or,
go with Aurara's
do
predictions?
you, I'm assuming you don't know who is who, like
No,
without
I
using
don't
your
know. I
special
do not
powers.
know. I put it on auto start so that there is no way of seeing
Okay.
it right at the beginning anyway. But if I had to guess, Aurara's probably right. If he's saying Yellow Slayer and Blue Eyes his son, I believe him. Now, who
Interesting.
was eliminated first? Let me check. Muppet Robin, unfortunately. Muppet Robin, you go to your friends list and you click the observing by his name, and you know he's the one that got checkmated.
Hmm. How do these guys compare as far as rating? Is one of them like less rating than the others, or are they all about the same?
Huh?
Uh, does one
The
of them?
ratings?
Yeah, there's one of the things from the last match, round 1A, is one of the players, sniper, was lower rated than the others, and he ended up losing all of the matches. I'm wondering if the same dynamic will be at play here.
Maybe not this bracket, but there are other brackets in which 2400 managed to get selected, I think.
Hmm.
I would have to check. Up at Robin, he's only 2663.
So a lot of trades
Okay.
just happen in the center of the board here. Also, it looks like blue is pushing for promotion. That makes blue's king pretty weak. Um, at this point, I'm not very happy with blue's position. Yellow seems to have the most potential for promotion. And green is chilling. Green should probably get his knight out to stop promotion. Yellow has a
Okay, I
potential
think
check
king
on blue.
before. Yeah,
Oh, green's just going for his own
and
promotion.
it seemed like yesterday that oh, queen, that's a girl, and it covers A11.
It does. Yeah, I don't know why green let blue promote. I think that was a blunder, in my opinion.
It might be a mistake there. Blunder, not so much.
And green is still 2 squares away from promotion. And all of a sudden, he's going to have to defend against this blue queen. In the meantime, yellow's going to continue pushing. So yellow's strategy seems clear.
Yeah.
If I'm blue, honestly, I'd probably attack yellow rather than green. I'd probably move that queen, and that's exactly where I was thinking. Yeah,
That's
to
exactly.
target that rook.
Yep.
And you can kind of get behind yellow's position, maybe to G13.
Green rook to J4 here probably because you keep the king from going to B4 and et cetera to hide itself on E2 or E1.
He gets behind the pawn instead to support. Green points out this pawn structure that yellow has.
Yeah.
Yellow gonna keep pushing. So is green. Blue can't stop both of them. It's kind of weird that blue should be in charge of that because blue has really the least things to work with. All he has going for him right now is that 1-point queen. Green does pivot to that square that you suggested to prevent the blue king from getting safer.
Yeah. King might sit on B5 now. Oh, yellow about to flag. Oh, the pawn. Oh, he's got an idea. Bishop takes pawn, and if bishop takes, it's checkmate.
Oh, wow. Nice find. I think he's worried that green would take back, maybe.
Yeah, green can always throw a check on A4, just as an example, but not
Now
necessarily.
here for blue, I actually like, well, maybe you take that. Okay.
Yeah, I think you
But
have to take it now.
But later, I think he can move the queen to e12 to target the rook and also pick off that pawn. He's got to worry about that bishop, though, I guess, first. They trade
it.
bishop. Okay,
What?
and now he can pick off the yellow rook.
Yeah, he can. Green's gonna push P, I guess.
Yep, pushing P.
Is it a good idea though to take that rook?
I think yellow still has a lot of potential with these pawns to push.
Yeah,
So I don't think you're weakening him too much. Um, I I think you might let him promote after that. Green considering rook takes pawn to guard yellow. But
why should green do that?
yeah,
Just keep pushing.
don't think so.
Blue wants points. I don't blame him for this.
Yep.
Only problem is it's kind of lose-lose.
Okay, blue now targeting that green rook. Although, yeah, if he promotes, then he guards it. So,
what?
Yeah, I don't like taking it.
Come up with this that fast.
Yeah, he should have used his time more.
I don't think yellow protects him here. I think yellow just sits there.
Oh, he does protect.
Next move. Because it's kind of too easily winning for yellow, and yellow can just manipulate blue the whole rest of the game. I don't know why yellow promoted. He could have waited a move to promote.
So, I really think with so few pieces, now you may consider turtling up.
Yeah.
I think blue needs to get his king to b5 and just chill, let them fight each other. And long term, eventually, I think he should walk his king down to e1. whenever there's an opportunity. I think he should just let blue. He should let green and yellow fight each other for a bit.
I don't know. I'm saying blue is a blues Lars because of the prediction, but he just instantly took the rook. He didn't even think about it. He just took it. I think if I was yellow, I would have waited a move, let it be effectively a 1 versus 1 against green.
It's definitely a consideration. I think they both moved a little too fast. Blue moved too fast and yellow moved too fast there. Welcome in, Nightlife Raver. Anna Laura, I saw you were playing earlier. You were the second highest rated match. So your match was not quite the staging ground, but I was testing my interface watching you. So good to see you. NR, did you qualify for any of these? So blue tag team in a bit on yellow.
Yeah. If yellow blocks with a queen, green cannot check yellow.
Well, he could, but not by taking the pawn.
Yeah, but not by taking the pawn, correct.
Okay, so if he takes the yellow queen, then that would be checkmate for blue.
Yeah, he cannot take that queen.
Blue could take that queen for free, although he probably shouldn't, because yellow would be too powerful with two queens.
Yeah, yellow would be way too much. It would be up way too much. Does green want to give check to yellow king and allow blue to win for free?
If I'm green, I would really think about rerouting my knights, because the king doesn't seem particularly safe right now. Now a green check might make sense. Oh, blue check.
It's a green check. A green check on blue now.
Interesting. I'm a little surprised by that. I would have thought they would try to take one queen from yellow, but okay.
Blue has a score advantage here, and I think that is a significant enough score advantage to where if we reach El Clasico, which I cannot believe I've never used that term before. Have I? No, I think I have.
Now, can you explain what El Clasico means?
It's a term that Hikaru used in Title Tuesday when players just purpose they people say that they do it on purpose for getting showtime, meaning they're the last players to match before the next round begins, and it's always like a rook and king versus a rook and king.
Okay, so it's like a drawn out end game where the game takes the longest. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so El Clasico in 4-player chess is when you have a king queen versus king queen versus king queen.
Okay. Yeah, we did see a lot of that last night.
Yeah, game 1 and 2.
I'm hopeful there'll be less of that today. Just happy to cover these games, but at some point I want to get in a workout. So hopefully we don't have every one of these rounds last 4 hours. I'm in my workout clothes, poised to raid out and go squat and deadlift like as soon as this is over. We'll see.
Good luck.
So blue is pushing P.
Deadlift while while I commentate on El Clasico about absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Since you're in the call, I guess I could go do some sets in theory. But I'm not gonna do that. Are you like more available today than you were last night? I'm not sure why exactly you're not commentating yourself. I assume you have some
More
stuff to do.
available today than tomorrow for sure, but
Okay.
not entirely
Okay.
positive yet.
Um, so can't yellow mate green if
Um,
blue stays there? Oh, okay. Never mind. Yellow's in check. Let me back up.
the king will move up. There's no mate in one immediately.
Okay.
Okay, takes blue.
But yeah, yellow was always in check, so there was not
Blue still
a
checks
mate on
yellow.
green yet. That's an interesting suggestion from green.
Why?
I don't know why he would do that.
I think he's abusing the fact that blue can't allow yellow to take the queen.
Okay.
And he's taking a dead piece in front of blue.
Potentially. Yeah, I do think green should be concerned about king safety. And pushing that
Okay,
pawn
push the
helps give
pawn
him
and
some
reset
luck.
the. Yeah, that too. And he
Yeah, it also resets the 50 move. That's a
prevents
good
a
point.
50 move counter with blue having the score lead.
I mean, it's still mate. Um, isn't this just mate right now? If blue keeps the queen there, which he's not going
Blue's not
to.
going to keep it on the diagonal. He's not going to do that.
Yeah, and he could have taken the green queen, but that would have been instant death. And green did take that dead pawn that he arrowed before.
Blue should go back and check on A14, D14 rather. Repeat the position.
Yeah, because blue has the most points. Repetitions favor him.
It's funny. Yellow thinks he's gonna get his king all the way over to the other side.
No shot. Now
Right.
blue can potentially take some green pawns. Green pushes pawns. Neither of them probably wants to take that.
He's gonna move the queen. Yeah.
Here comes green pushing P.
Yeah.
Yellow has a potential check on green if blue ever stops checking him.
Blue will stop checking here, and green cannot afford to. Oh, green has to check now. Do you take green pawn? He says no. I don't want that pawn. Real versus Barca? Is that what the origin of El Clasico came from?
It's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. That's what Night Love Raver is suggesting.
Um, yeah, it's the men's FC Barcelona Real Madrid CF rivalry, according
Hmm.
to Wikipedia.
So because of the point
such
count,
a
if
common question.
blue gets a mate on either one of them, it's just over. But if the others get a mate, then we continue.
Yellow could just protect. He could just block. Could he block with a queen and blue say, "I don't want to take it"?
That pins blue, which could be a bit awkward. Also pins yellow. They're both pinned. And blue can't
Yeah.
move his king away, so I think he's reliant on yellow to move the king away if they don't trade.
Yeah.
In the meantime, green could promote a pawn, but doesn't seem in his interest right now. Oh, he does.
Whoa.
Fascinating. Blue pushes. So yellow can probably just take the green queen, and he does. Blue has stepped out of the pin. Someone asking in the 4PC chat why this didn't get any publicity.
Beginner N has the best answer there.
Only Luke blogs about it. Oh, another green pawn gets taken.
Yeah.
So green much weaker than he was a few moves ago.
Nobody has 20 minutes on their clock though, unlike yesterday.
Yeah, I was thinking that they none of these players are particularly speedy. They're
Jinx your
always
age, enjoy
playing on
doing.
increment, which
Yeah.
could bite them if any of them ever has connection problems. So yellow blocking the green promotion, at least temporarily.
I think Hamlet's main reason is because he has an OTB, and he wanted to get through it quickly before he ran out of time to just play. Honestly, he played well enough to be allowed advancement on optimal play, but unfortunately, that flag at the end cost him by opponent.
Yeah, the round 1A was a nail biter. It came down to one move at the very end. So, spoiler alert for those who didn't see it. It ended in a flag, and the player that flagged probably was not going to win. But if he had been able to rattle off a few more moves, then the other player remaining, it was a 1v1, could have taken a couple more pawns
Green has to give something
pass
up here.
a player who had already been eliminated who had the most points.
Wait, I stun with flashing arrow. I feel like that's where he maybe wanted his queen. He can't take that knight now. Yellow's gonna check him. Still checking yellow here.
Yeah, green's king is also quite vulnerable. I think everyone's king is vulnerable. Again, if I were blue, I would really be thinking about consolidating and trying to sneak my king over to e1 if the other players could be busy attacking each other.
4 squares away, but it seems too far. Green has the most piece variety here. I don't know if that says anything.
There's a mate, by the way. If blue checks green, then yellow could grab a mate.
Oh, is that right? Turn order? Yes, that yellow would be grabbing a mate there. No, his king is in the way. I think blue could go for some repetition if he wants.
Yeah, and again, that does favor blue because he has the most
Yeah.
points. So blue could potentially pick up a yellow queen. But he might let green pick up that yellow queen. If green checks. Oh, that's a double check for green. Green's
That's
going to farm some points.
Don't want to allow points.
Someone's asking in the 4PC chat, why didn't he take the queen?
Hold on, I'm not sure what move that was aimed for on why he didn't take the queen. I assume a couple of moves ago. But
Oh,
if you take
farm another
somebody's
double check.
queen,
You could push the pawn, though. Potentially.
Yeah. Pushing pawn's okay here because yellow's in check.
Yeah. So now the c4 square a little bit scary. If yellow could sneak his other queen behind the mate threat. Just got to look out for these geometries.
I can't lie, that comment was actually quite funny.
Which comment?
He said this is the dumbest game ever.
Why won't they actually fight? Yeah, because they're patient.
Yes.
Oh, and yellow sees this thread on blue, which he can sneak in as a disguised thread on green.
Oh wait, that's a disguised threat on green, is it? No, it isn't. Because a knight protects that square. Knights move backwards.
What do you
I
mean?
think you gotta push pawn here.
No, that doesn't.
Queen n4.
The knight doesn't protect m4.
It protects n4 though.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go to n4. You move queen m4.
Some people don't see that knights move backwards though. I just wanted to point that out.
That is true. Michael is saying blue could have taken yellow's queen. They have no strategy. And I think Michael is confused I think not taking the queen maybe shows they have no tactics, but clearly they have strategy.
Yeah, I agree with Chuck on the use of the words tactics and strategy here, because if you win material and all of a sudden you just gave somebody else advantage, then that's not good. You lose the game. You won the battle, but you lost the war.
So yellow keeps his queens connected. This seems a little bit dangerous.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, well, the question is, does yellow have a mate somewhere? I guess not yet.
You could have checked. You could have checked green, right? No, then green gets mated.
Blue could potentially take a... Oh, he does take a yellow queen. All right, now we have some progress here.
Do we? Oh, that's a double check. Okay, I was gonna say, because a single check on blue means he loses queen. Okay, safe square for. Oh, there's a double check again, of course.
Green's gonna farm
King
a few of
C4
those.
now. King C4. Yeah, but now you have a check along the C file, and you're probably gonna check blue.
Yeah, if I'm green, I'm looking to take out some of those blue pawns.
Yeah. C file it is. Block with the queen. Yellow could afford to take the blue queen.
I think green can take that queen.
I think so
We'll
too.
see if yellow has anything to say about this.
Queen N11, queen block, queen check, queen block. Yeah, no. You're green, you are taking that queen every time.
Oh, he takes a
What?
pawn instead. Okay.
That's
So
weird.
it's not that weird. He wants to keep the balance and get rid of some
Oh,
of these
yeah.
pawns.
And look at that. Another free queen missed, huh?
Yeah.
But then you lose the war.
Yep. Michael is going insane in the chat here. Why didn't he take the queen? So they want to get rid of this last pawn.
Oh.
Got rid of the last pawn.
Move your king next to. Oh, this ruins Blue's plan of hiding the king among the dead pieces.
Well,
It's a
temporarily at
double
least.
check. That's
Double check.
points. And we're gonna be in El Clasico in a minute.
Yeah, well, the only extra thing is green's knight. That's basically is El Clasico.
Whoever gets the mate wins almost instantly. Not quite. It's a drawn end game. If green gets the mate against blue, green wins. Blue gets the mate against anybody, he wins.
Yep. Green has guarded its knight. Double check for blue. And now is really the opportunity where blue can think of moving his king back among the dead pieces. I would for sure start doing that if I were blue. Yellow could take the green queen at this point.
Does he want to, though?
If yellow takes the green queen, it's a 1v1. Although, so blue is up on points, but it's it increases your chances of winning.
I just get this thing that yellow's gonna throw to green on accident by the number of times he checks blue.
Double check.
Is 50 move rule near? No, it is not. Move 124. If he blocks, yellow has a double check he wants. He has a funny double check. If blue blocks with queen d5, yellow goes queen e5 check check. King moves over and the queens all have a little triangle.
They're saying in chat move 175 would be a draw.
174 after blue moves, actually, because or after yellow moves.
Double check. Green could take that, but he's not going to. Varman double checks. Green is actually getting closer to blue here.
Yeah,
Green is just a few points off.
But the knight queen versus queen endgame might still be a draw.
Yeah, for sure. But
queen.
if I'm saying if green can farm a few double checks, then all of a sudden green can have more than 61 points. And once green gets up points, then he will be less shy about taking queens. Looks like green has started moving his king. Green could use the same strategy to slowly move his king among the dead pieces, bringing the knight with him. But the strategy just seems so much more straightforward.
Check. Oh, there is a double check. There's queen. Oh, there's queen. Oh, queen h10 double check. Queen g10 double check rather.
Yep, he's found it.
Can't block with a queen or it's mate. Is there mate on? No, there's no. Oh, there's not a double check.
All right, it's going to be harder for green to catch up with blue getting these double checks. But green is walking towards the dead pieces.
Blue is winning. I agree.
Maybe yellow wants that knight. No knight for you. Double check for yellow. This knight is hanging. Well, actually, blue is protecting it. Blue seems to be considering taking it. Wow, he does take it. I think blue could take that. Interesting. So green checks blue, which means yellow could take the blue queen.
Trying to make it so that if yellow takes it, green gets mate, punishing him for it. And he doesn't take.
He does not.
Queen d8. Oh, he's just farming double checkpoints. He wants to win the El Clasico on the scoreboard.
Harmon double checks, but he could have taken the yellow queen, which I think would have been reasonable at this point.
Blue queen? Wait, why is he? That's actually funny because if yellow captures, then yeah, he's not even capturing.
Okay.
Wow.
Green is getting much closer to blue here.
Okay, it's gonna be another double check in a second. Watch out. Is blue gonna have no mercy this time? Blue has no mercy. Green probably throws here and captures blue queen. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, he throws here.
Well, okay. Now it's a win for yellow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for blue. Yeah, yellow wins.
All right. Well, at least this game will be over.
Green was just tired of. Green was in a lose-lose situation there, so he decided to throw. Don't stalemate. King c5. King c5 probably still wins anyway, because no, it doesn't. Slayer, yep.
Okay, so blue was icy stun. Green shadow. Red Muppet Robin.
Looks like we're gonna have to do a replacement because I think Shadow is saying he's gotta go.
Uh-oh. Do you have someone left to replace? Have people waiting in the wings?
Right. So in that case, I'm going to look at the arena results from the arena that Shadow qualified from.
So Luke, who's 4Play Chess is in a call with me, is organizing this tournament. And let me put the command in case anyone wants more information about the tournament setup here. So there are four rounds today. This is the second round, round 1B. Okay. And basically these include people who have won the arenas. And from each of the 4 arenas at this same time slot, they're going to pick one winner who's the first to get to 1.25 points here. So it's usually just 2 wins, but in theory there could be a draw in there. So currently we have Slayer with 1 point, the others with 0 points. If Slayer wins the second game, then it's just over. And the one winner from each of these round ones today, progress to round 2 tomorrow, where they will join 3 people from the leaderboard. Then 1 from each in round 2 progress to the finals, which I believe will be next weekend.
Okay, so I'm looking through AJA. Red Kangaroo. Who's Red Kangaroo? Red Kangaroo might be eligible. Mr. Sarge might be eligible.
And now we get to see the player ratings here. Looks like Muppet Robin's significantly lower rated than the others.
Look at admin functions to determine eligibility here.
So Lucas typed in the chat that Red Kangaroos and Visor Sarge are possibilities. I think these are finishers from the arenas.
Yeah. Neither of them are online at this time.
So I'm glad you were able to accommodate PKNM earlier, who switched times.
Unranked King, Jubla.
Oh, that would be interesting. Slayer says, please not Visor. And then Full Fletcher says Jubla. I expect Slayer to say, okay, Visor's fine.
No. Okay, Visor's fine.
Slayer says, not Jubla. Laughing out loud. Jubla too shy to play this? I don't know. We'll see. Slayer now says, any other player. Anyone but Jubla.
I clicked the observing thing, and it does not show that Jubla is... hold on. Solely just says me. Let me see it. Problem is, they can be observing and idle.
Yeah, looks like Jay Balia is observing, but he probably qualifies by rating.
He already qualified by leaderboard, or did he? Yeah, he did. I think I already qualified. So he's not. And I'm already played. Kruba, top 4 PC already declined. Andre, Nails, Pork Chops is no. Like Fire Hose. In effect, the list again. We have a couple more minutes anyway. Rumix already in. Jubila's online. Buchanan's already played. Ruba, no. It would need to be Jubila. The last place player is currently playing.
Last place from the arena, you say?
The other thing I'm going to need to do is this. Refresh the page.
Icy Stun says the blue king is invincible. Okay, Slayer is critiquing a move. Let's go back to it. 6 red. 6 red instead of pushing the pawn. He wants knight d4. So yeah, and we pointed this out at the time, that the blue queen was tempoed, and red made a nonsense move. When red had a tempo on blue, could have attacked. So play knight d4 or bishop takes c7. Yeah, we pointed that out at the time.
All right, so I'm offering Jubla. I'm gonna have him reply via message, but if he doesn't reply within the next 5, then I'm gonna move on to the next candidate. And if all arena candidates are offline, it's gonna be whoever's in this chat.
So green through by taking the blue queen here. I think green's point of view was it would make sense for blue to take his queen. But and blue moves before yellow, so yellow would not have a chance to defend. So if green just moved his king, then blue probably takes the green queen. Although blue did have the opportunity to potentially take the yellow queen. I think moving the king probably made the most sense. The other option was to move the queen in the way, queen f5. Puppet Robin has another move here. Looking at 10 yellow. So 10 yellow, the knight moved, and he's saying queen h11 is better. So queen to h11. So what is this? Queen h... No, I'm sorry, queen h11. And he's saying that that allows him to take the green knight. Where's the green knight? Take this guy? How does that allow that? Does he sit in this? I don't think that follows. Blue is defending the queen. So I think he would just take back. Yeah, I don't get that one. Player's saying blue would attack me with his bishop. Bishop takes e13. Bishop takes e13, potentially. Yeah, because the queen was guarding that. Yeah, I agree with Slayer there. Shadow is put in 149B. Let's take a look at that. Are we at 149? Okay. 149 blue. Queen c8 plus. So yeah, blue's move ended up as a blunder. Everyone was in a tough situation here. Icy Sun says 149B, the most obvious continuation to abuse and check-in. Vicious is asking why Rohito, Prathu, Sake, etc. are not playing. So they qualify already, I think. Oh, we have a 10-minute match request coming in. Let me see. Does the 4PC server allow me to block people easily?
Or it allows you to not accept matches. Instead of going the block report and go dive in a fire, you can go to the gear thing on the top right and click allow challenge invites and nobody to block.
Okay, we can do that over here. Let me see. Allow challenges and invites. We'll go no. That does mean that you've got to let me know if I ever team with you. And I need to allow that again.
Yeah. Well, Iciston's been through a bunch of technical breaks. He calls it a technical break. But it is not worth spending 30 minutes to get this next match started. The highest rated player that I see online that is of eligibility and is not in the arena, Luciano.
Great. Bring him in.
Luciano Bonfico has a 2800.
What are the eligibility conditions?
One. So it's kind of, you got to be in order of the arena results, in the order of and then the order of highest rated online.
Okay.
And what takes precedence is if player has their name and country of origin on their profile.
Nightlove
And going
Raver is a fan of Luciano.
okay, we got to go by logic. Logic says that the highest rated player that appears to be online, from my findings, is Luciano. Also, must not have played already. Also, must not be under any sort of that will be of significant interference to the tournament. Must not have created an account after February 19th.
All right, I'm gonna drop a link in the chat for those who are not familiar with Luciano. So I stream on Twitch, but Luciano posts a lot of YouTube videos. Let me see, does he go live on YouTube? I guess he does, but not very often. It's mainly videos. Luciano is a Spanish speaker. I don't speak Spanish myself, but he's a strong 4PC player. So check out his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Luciano Bonfico.
I'm probably at this point, I'm going to look through the arena results again. I'm going to look through them one more time, and if there's, because Jubilee did not reply, looks like he might be idle. Checking the arenas one more time. Otherwise, I'll be going for the highest rated player online.
I don't know if Jublo would be willing to put his real name in his profile anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we might check his profile and we might find the well-known name Angelina Cali.
Oh, that, yeah. Had some influence on 4-player chess in the early days.
Well, I'm assuming you know Jubla is Angelina Cali.
Oh.
But Angelina Cali is not his actual name. Angelina Cali is like I guess Instagram influencer. So I think he was like her social media manager or something like that.
Oh, is that why?
Player is saying 12 yellow. I should take red queen. Let's check out that move.
You have their name on the profile, but I don't know if that's the real name. Last player.
Yeah, so 12 yellow, this is the move that Luke pointed out when he came in. That red was about to die anyway. So might as well take the queen. And I agree, should have taken the red queen here. Because it's mate in 1. You're not saving your opposite anyway. Might as well take 9 points.
Well, we know the result of the game was in favor of yellow, but I'd say not results-oriented thinking.
Player going to have a cigarette. Icy Stun says, are we playing?
Okay.
So 4-player chess is invited Luciano. Player saying he'll be back in 3 minutes. It's looking not great for my workout here, guys.
All right, we're gonna try this. Invite sent.
Our next round is in 2.5 hours.
Invite to Luciano. However, when the clock reaches, oh, he is accepted. He's accepted. Very good. Okay.
Nice. So Slayer's probably on a smoke break.
Einstein. Okay, and then Muppet Robin. I need to get Ice on to accept this one.
So how have you been doing, Luke? Have you been running recently?
Yes, I have been improving again. I've been dropping weight.
Oh, nice.
Unlike what Cha-Cha has discovered about 7 months ago, yeah?
What did Cha-Cha
8
discover?
months ago.
8 months ago? What did he discover?
Has Luke been gaining weight or what?
Oh, okay.
All right, and here goes Luciano Bonfico. He's gonna pop open his OBS. Bienvenidos el gato hydrocista. I stopped there. And the match has begun.
Okay. Are you going to put that in? Or I guess it's not a rematch. Okay, I will go out and find it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Number.
Okay, I found it.
7.
I found it. I'm in here. Okay, so we have our 4 players are now Icy Sun, Slayer 950, Muppet Robin, and Luciano Bonfico.
Yeah.
Blue, Erwin, some possibilities. The blue is Erwin a lot. Like more than we saw before. So maybe
the possibility that blue is the new player, Luciano
right,
Bonfico.
exactly. I think that's my suspicion, is that blue is Luciano.
Okay, but he's the lowest on time. Maybe he's a little nervous. Usually, Luciano would be the type of player to move fast.
Okay.
But it's a 7 increment game. So I think that he's probably a little nervous here. He's really trying to get into the mode of finding the best moves.
What is Luciano's rating?
2844.
Oh, that's pretty good.
As of recent. He's been to 3,000 before. He has, I think, 3,000, crossing 3,000.
So Muppet Robin is still the lowest rating of these.
I believe so, yeah. 2660 something. Right.
So green getting active. Yellow and red have not gotten their queens out. So my prediction at this point is green is Icy Stun and blue is Luciano.
Green Ice Stun. Wow, what a move. Yeah, Luciano does know about the night thing, so I've seen like a bunch of videos of him arrowing the night move and everything. So he does know team's theory quite well.
So blue likely to take the bishop. Green is going to see, can he do anything to tempo yellow in the interim?
Don't think so. I think just develop here.
Yeah, but when developing, he should generally be pointing at yellow.
Okay,
so he actually undeveloped his bishop, but oh yeah, so red could potentially take advantage. I think red should have taken d4 there.
Red might be going after his opposite, maybe.
I doubt it. We'll see.
That's a really hot take, but still possible.
I mean, yeah. Let's see. So blue now looking to get his queen active potentially.
What about bishop takes g12? Pawn takes, queen takes check. Red needs to sack the queen. Probably be a blunder. Your position's just bad if you do bishop sack right now.
I think blue is just going to get some pieces out. Get his queen out, get his knight out. It seems like red is doing his own thing.
Okay. At some point, we're going to see d3 by red, probably.
Yep, lock it down. Blue gets the queen active. So probably target in both yellow's weak pawn, but also target in I2 in red.
Yeah. And protecting d4 once more.
This also looks at e13 in case that knight ever moves.
Yeah.
A good square for the blue queen.
Yellow did look to be the most attackable, but
Yellow now looking at blue a little bit. Um, I don't think
Wow, with
red
a
is in a
castle.
position to do much right now. Maybe red slides his king here. Oh, he might defend this pawn. Okay, that hangs the pawn, but not a particularly important pawn. If you take the pawn, that might help the rooks get out. If the yellow knight ever moved, yellow would be in big trouble with the two queens. He's going to leave that knight planted. Although that now that the rook has moved away, that opens up the possibility of knight takes k11 to try to get the knight to move. Don't really understand green's move. I think the green queen was better where it was before. But maybe he has some ideas in the future. I mean, green and red could mate blue together. But I don't think green is the type to double cross. Because green seems to have worked well with his opposite so far. Obviously, if Luke was playing green, then Luke would play queen takes b8.
Queen takes.
So green's bishop is now launched. Green continues to get activity. Red has his rook on a good file. He could push some p, potentially.
Offering that bishop
Oh,
trade, now you
bishop
just play
trade.
d3. Oh, do you play d3?
I think you play
Oh, green doesn't
d3
even
if you're
care.
red. Yeah, red's going to lock it down. If I'm red, I would also consider sliding my king over to e1 if you
Yeah,
ever get a free
sure.
move.
I think he does now. It does
Oh,
not
he
look like a
goes into
teeming
blue's
room here.
position.
It looks like a turtling room at the moment.
Blue gets his king far away now. Oh, the knight coming in to tickle blue. So these guys are all comfortable in time except for blue. Blue living on the increment. Okay, blue gets away from the check. Interesting. Pawn
That's
can't
a
take that
pin.
knight because of the pin. Nice find by yellow.
Green could have maybe
Yeah, green could have supported the queen.
queen.
It was queen to
Not,
c8.
yeah, queen to c8 as well, but there's also queen. I was thinking queen l9, but queen c8 would have been better.
Queen l9. Where's l9? Oh, I
Oh,
see.
wow. Yellow does have a block here. You can just take the queen for free. What? Didn't have to check like that. I mean, he can.
This seems like a good move.
Yeah. That's still good positionally. Okay, didn't really have to do that. But I guess.
Okay, green looking at this red bishop. But green can help bail out. If you're blue, maybe you target the red queen. But no, but there's a yellow check.
This really does nothing more than punish red because I said so by green.
Okay, so it's not looking great for blue. It's just queen
Literally,
a8.
that is just red can have bad position because green said so, not because green has a better position
This is
here.
mate, right? Checkmate in one. Queen a8.
Yes. Yes. Does he want to? Is the question.
Yeah, I mean, yellow could take
Well,
the
do it,
queen afterwards.
because red can maybe get away
Yellow
with
has two
that
different queens to take. So which
one
one
and
does he
two
want to take?
chance.
I mean, I
Probably
would
would
probably
take
take the green queen
actually.
because it's further into my
It
business.
has more material, yeah, and yeah, because it's in my face. So I'd probably smart move by
Okay, so
red.
red gets a free
Being played
mate, gets to keep his
slowly.
queen.
Uh-oh.
Although red's king position not looking
I
so
get
hot.
this funny feeling that it might still be a.
Wow, sacks for the bishop so people don't gang up on him, I guess. I don't know
Does
about.
happen to be Slayer.
Oh, Slayer was
Game
blue.
3 forced.
Red gets a 1-point queen.
And when you said slowly, did you mean turtling? Possibly.
Blue is saying green played slowly. I don't think that's true. Well, at least in the very beginning, blue and green were very active, and the others not so much.
Yeah. Then green started slowing down. Is it Luciano maybe?
Oh, we got PKNM in the chat here.
Yeah.
Hey, Open an Oracle. Open an Oracle is talking about 7 green. No 7 green attacking opposite. Let me look back at move 7, and then we'll catch up. So what happened move 7? I think this is the situation where it's gonna always take me to the end of the game as people move. Okay, let's see.
Oh, that little bug thing.
Okay, so 7 he played knight out, and instead he wanted to attack the opposite. How do you attack the opposite? Yeah, I don't really see anything on move 7, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Oh, do you see it?
Move 12.
Oh, move 12.
I mean, if he knew that was Slayer, the problem is, I think green is Luciano
move 12.
because it would have been very obvious. The other players would have known it immediately. That
This.
the strategy
Yeah.
was to attack Slayer.
Yeah, we mentioned that there was a mate there, but yeah, you're unlikely to attack your opposite because not only is it you're attacking your opposite, but you're relying on red to follow up, and red might not, in which case you just lose your queen and piss off your opposite. All right, we're gonna get back to current move.
But 2 out of the 3 of the other players knew that the strategy was to go after blue Slayer. I put the admin a message in there to kind of inform Luciano a bit about how the match is going because he got selected out of nowhere.
Open Oracle says he's gangster. If you're gangster, why aren't you using your gangster account?
Oh, right.
Oh, on your phone. Okay.
Phone. He's phone Hamlet because phone Luke has a personality too.
Okay, so at this point, yellow's king is looking the safest. Green has an interesting structure.
This red can be fast enough to just make green and claim if he can get a forced mate.
He's trying.
I would have captured the I would have captured the other thing first.
So if red checks yellow can get the mate by doing rook takes knight.
He's got other pieces he can utilize, though. This is as this GG. Why not? As Hikaru would say, yeah, it's GG. Why not?
Okay, yeah, there's a mate threat on
Sack
green.
on d5 and his mate next move.
Yeah, you don't even need to sack because it's a pin, right? So let's
But I
see.
mean, yellow. That's what I'm saying. Yellow. The only thing yellow could do, yeah, he can try it, and it's not going to work. Because after the only other thing is to block with a knight, maybe. And if you block with a knight, you uncover m5. Yeah, it's unstoppable, mate.
Yeah.
Red's probably ice stun. Yeah, I probably agree with that one. Just finding ways to mate here. Yeah. Only problem is you mate and you're up against the scoreboard. Oh no!
You can mate and claim,
He
right?
mates. He mates. He doesn't claim. Rook takes rook. Bishop takes rook, and then you can claim. But bishop takes rook, and then claim.
Yep.
Yeah. Game 2 was very quick.
And red was icy stun.
Yeah, green was Luciana.
So green was Luciana. Okay. Yellow Muppet Robin. Yeah, I was surprised that in the opening, Icy Stun did not get his pieces out very fast. But that's why I thought that one of blue and green was Icy Stun. But very interesting. Game 3 forced. I'm assuming you mean that it wasn't the same winner as before. So we have what, a 1 win for Slayer, 1 win for Icy Stun. How is green that bad? Green is terrible. Yeah, green had not a great pawn structure there. He got attacked a lot. Should have looked more to king safety.
Oh, they got it. Okay, the rematch is on. Okay.
Okay.
I think
go to the
Luciano
rematch.
pretty much understands structure now. This is his first W4 CC, by the way. I think.
Night Love Bravery
Sure
says he's never seen anything like this. Terrible play from green. I mean, I felt like early in the game, blue and green were doing pretty good from a team's point of view, but yeah, eventually green collapsed.
Hopefully I didn't get Luciano 2 greens in a row.
Red is getting active. Carlos asking for the score. Carlos observant. And Carlos won the first arena, is that right? I mean, no, the first prelims. Open Oracle predicts this game would be decisive. So he's saying one of Icy Stun or
Stun in 3.
One of Icy Stun or Slayer will win.
Stun in 3. Wow, what a move. Bishop sack. No, bishop sack doesn't work because the queen came in and positioned itself to threaten a check.
So they're threatening green. Blue potentially has sacks on either yellow or red, which I don't think he'll do either. So now yellow has 2 different ways to support the queen. The green blocks. So they could potentially go for a knight. I don't think they'll do that. In development, blue has blocked out his queen from attacking g2. Okay, but red puts a knight in the way anyway.
Curious, I'm going to the YouTube channel of Luciano. He's probably not going to be live, though. might upload, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll upload. Or does he only upload when he wins? Or does he upload all the time?
I don't know. His last last upload was 59 minutes ago, which tells me that probably he's recording this match too.
Yeah.
Probably stopped recording, started again. We'll see. Step away for 1 second.
So green lowest on time. All these players have reasonable amount of activity. Here comes yellow to the center. Blue could try to get his bishop out potentially. Maybe he just pushes c5 to go for the structure. Not sure. Or he could bring his queen out to the center somewhere. Okay, brings his queen out. And yellow tempos that blue queen. Green potentially tempo in yellow, also threatening a check on red. Red guards his knight. In the process, brings his queen to where the queen can't be tempoed. As what red was worried about was green plays knight takes knight, blue tempos the red queen, and then they take his queen. Blue moves the queen out of danger. Blue also targeting this pawn here on e13. No yellow needs to worry about that. So probably bishop g11, I would assume. But you wouldn't want to move your bishop back, I wouldn't think. Oh, okay, he offers a queen trade. So the question is, can green tempo yellow somehow? He's going after red instead. Trades knights. So blue traded with yellow. I think green wanted him to trade with red instead. All of a sudden, yellow not looking very developed because his queen was his most developed piece. Yellow now has a check threat on blue. The move that green is arrowing attacks some weak squares here. Rojito says 10 blue question mark. Let's go back and look at 10 blue. Okay, so that's taking the yellow queen. I'm assuming he's saying we should take the red queen, which is what green wanted. Okay, red gets an active queen. So potentially targeting B10. Okay, so red is now up in green's business. He has hung a knight, potentially. And yellow is not at all active. I don't see red's threat as very meaningful because yellow can't help him. So that's just a free knight for green. This is potentially a free pawn for green. So red wants yellow to tempo green somehow. Maybe go after the rook. That is not fast enough. Now green can save his queen. What was that? Okay, I sacked a bishop for a knight. Why did he do that? That seems like a terrible move, because now there's rook takes h4. I don't know what red is doing. Red's position just collapsed.
So bad. Yeah, I agree. Hello, everyone. Again, that was more than a second. Sorry about that.
Yep, no problem. So yeah, this looks really, really terrible for red.
It's a what? It's not a weak. It's a white king. By the way.
Also, you could just win the red queen with like, what is that? Knight to k7.
Imagine,
Okay.
you know what I would do if I was blue.
I know exactly what you would do. There's two possible moves that Luke is looking at. And they both involve
Actually,
taking
yeah,
a
there's
queen.
two. And if green does not, yeah, I think he needs to castle now, just in case.
Mr. Maximum predicts a red win, but I do not predict a red win.
This is where, if my name is Jay, I'm like, Weldon, would you like to get 1,000 to 1 odds on red winning versus
In my opinion, green should really think about taking that red queen.
you and Jay went gambaing one time. He called it a World 4-player chess championship title was on the line. He's Radon was like, either I give you 1,000 or you
So
give me $1.
that's red rook can be taken by green.
Yeah.
And red is in shambles, although green has lost some material too.
I mean, if they know that red is
There's a mate for green.
Luciano, I don't know if that is Luciano, but it could be.
Green does not take the mate. Interesting. I guess he doesn't want to give up his queen.
What if red is in fact Luciano and they know that he has a score of 0, so they try to attack everybody else first?
Very possible. Okay, green takes the mate.
Well, let's see if it is Luciano or not. It might not be.
Luke doing some investigation.
It's not. Oh, it's Muppet Robin.
Okay, red
who
is
also
Muppet
has
Robin.
a score of 0.
So yeah, Muppet Robin was the lowest rated player, so not entirely unexpected.
Yeah.
That means it's more likely that this can be a decisive result, though. So green way ahead on points right now. Blue has more pieces. And blue has some clear promotion paths.
I think if I was Icy Stun, I'd be trying to disguise myself as not Slayer, but as one of the 0 point players, or by Slayer too. But I've had this theory that Ice Stun knows how to mask and play teams at the same time.
Now, if you're blue, can you just promote? Because if you play pawn takes, then the rook falls.
Yeah, the rook
yeah.
falls
I think he should have pushed. He should have pushed h5 before.
Yeah, to take advantage of that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Because then yellow could.
Yeah, that's true. Yellow maybe could have done something there.
To blue. To think logically about that, probably right. I would have gone for the promotion.
Blue probably going to promote the 6th pawn, I guess.
The 6th pawn? Oh, blue promotes 6th pawn. Yeah, green might stop with that push right there. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen.
It looks like blue is consolidating a bit. This rook is tempoed. Interesting.
Gives up
Sacks the bishop. Good for
that was a blunder.
Yeah, not great. Oh, yellow looking to promote. Can anyone stop that? I don't think so.
Circle spam might be an indicator of Luciano.
Okay.
The quick arrows and everything. Not ice stun. It not ice stun. Oh, no, they both play it.
Tempo and 2 rooks.
Yeah.
Blue the beneficiary.
You could say it's both good for. Oh. Okay. I did miss that there was that promotion.
So green works on his pawn structure. Blue saves a pawn. Blue's king not looking too happy though. Potential check from yellow. Okay, yellow's going after this pawn. Makes sense.
I do think that yellow is probably the YouTuber.
So green has tempoed yellow and blue can as well.
That's just... I'd move the rook and recapture with the pawn.
Yeah.
Put the rook on the light square of k10. Rook k10, and then after rook takes queen, pawn takes rook. You get 5 points.
Sure.
Don't leave the rook hanging. Don't move the queen.
Yep. And this is a tactic to put the rook 2 diagonal squares from the knight. It's hard to attack.
Exactly. It's on an outpost at this point. So you gotta play
that is
rook there.
Not as good. It is targeting the knight.
Yeah, and the knight cannot move to the square of k9.
Yeah, just because this pawn was here, it kind of worked. But if the pawn wasn't on k9, then we could have moved the knight there.
The most likely to pre-move at this table is Luciano, and yellow just pre-moved.
Okay, so I think yellow is Luciano. So What we think is if blue or green win, we have a decisive result.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Am I lagging? It looks like green has timed out.
Oh yeah, you might be.
I'm
Refresh.
gonna try refreshing.
Because I see on my screen yellow is at 35 seconds.
Okay, yeah. So looks like maybe I've missed a few moves. Let's see what happened. Okay, so blue pushed some pawns.
You might
Gets
have
his
only
rook
missed. Oh,
active.
okay, never mind. No. I think Hamlet might be correct here about this being a 3-game match. This game being decisive. What's the statistics for opposite dies? I think your survival rate is like 20%.
Oh wow. Interesting.
I don't know if it's 20%, but anymore. I think there's more balance these days than there was previously.
What?
Um,
Green sacks for a pawn that I guess was
Once
about to
yellow to
promote.
push. Like Green Slayer. This is Green Slayer, Blue Icy, Luciano Yellow.
Like green going for some king safety.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think Luciano might be grateful for the opportunity, but I don't think this will end up being in his favor. I think this will be his match. Prove me wrong, though, Luciano. I think a lot of people might think that Luciano would be the throwing player of this match. Get behind their theory. So I could also consider Slayer and Icy Stun thinking about the possibility of preparing for that instance and not running too low on material. Either one of them runs too low on material, it's Luciano just throws whatever and
So the L11 pawn is interesting. It's behind green's pawn chain. So
yeah,
it has some
they can sneak
potential.
up behind, I guess. I don't think it
Oh,
wants to do that
blue
right
wants
now,
to
but there is a
utilize the
big
bishop
check
here to
threat.
check.
Yellow could. Oh, he has protection on that square, and the king's on a light square too, which is not where the dark bishops can attack.
So right now the dark squared bishop is guarding g5. So green can't just like eat that with his king.
Okay.
Green did have an opportunity to tempo blue there, but not taking it. At any point, green can tempo yellow by pushing the pawn to attack the rook if he thinks that blue has like a check on yellow. What did he just take? He took a knight?
Yes, that's a
Wow.
free knight.
Yeah, that is huge blunder from yellow.
Yeah, like I said, I think blue and green should just definitely be prepared for the scenario which yellow just hangs pieces.
Blue prepping to promote.
I do think Luciano's played enough solo though where he's not going to throw every single time in this game. Smart by green to attack blue. I don't know about
What?
this.
Okay,
Maybe that was
blue
really only your choice.
blue sacks for the yellow bishop. That makes
Blue's gonna promote anyway.
green a bit powerful.
Yeah, that check is a problem.
Now yellow can take some blue material.
Yeah, maybe Slayer advances here because yellow's more likely to throw against blue. Yellow's gonna give a random check to blue and be like that the rest of the game, and green's gonna take advantage of that, probably. It's just my theory.
Okay, I like green's move. So green got rid of a pawn in the way, clearing a promotion path for him. And it's going to be hard for the other players to block.
No, that was not even... That pre-move right there screams, hi everyone, I am the player with 0 points. That move could have been prevented by some bishop guard.
Okay, now green poised to promote.
Okay, checks.
It checks blue as well.
Yeah.
Yellow promotes. Green takes
promotion.
that, I'm assuming.
I don't think green wants to take that.
Really? He does not. Interesting.
Blue could get a rook out of that, maybe. Probably a good idea now. That rook has just been dangerous. He takes... What? Oh, because after this, you push for a queen.
I see. Okay.
Blue is considering promoting now. He should, but yellow has to move the rook out of the way, and whether he's going to do that or not is up in the air. Because nobody trusts Luciano.
oh yeah, it was a mate because the bishop guards. Yeah.
He does not trust Luciano. He knows the player, and he does not trust Luciano to move the rook away before the queen goes in there and gives the game-winning mate.
Yep.
Match-winning mate.
Green has a potential check from blue.
I think bishop, or rather, so you still can't promote.
Oh, coming behind.
How much trust do you have? Bishop takes pawn now.
Yellow taking the pawn. So we could take
Bishop
the blue one or the yellow one.
A bare checkmate with queen a8.
Yep, is Luciano gonna move? Okay, blue protects, gets the left square.
Yeah.
Yellow poised to promote. Now we take that, yeah.
What can blue do now? Yellow can't capture that. It's game over if yellow captures that. Green wins. Smart guy, yellow. Luciano ain't all that bad of a player.
Attack
I don't know why
in
he
yellow
checked like that. And I think I am capturing the... Oh, he's weaving a mate, maybe. Blue does have to capture all that, though.
Green.
Yellow has to move the rook off the B file. If he can figure out he can move the rook off the B file to stop mate from there, you go. That's one way to do it. Yellow doesn't even care at this point if blue takes all his pawns. He knows that blue will not take the yellow pawn, by the way. He'll push. Because now he knows that yellow's too low on material.
Yep.
And I think here, yeah, blue's going to promote. Yellow's not going to take because it would be bad. Very good move. Very good move by yellow. Good job. Props to Luciano for figuring that out. Of course, you're blue. You might want to bite the hand that feeds you.
Attacking the rook.
Don't know if that was smart. You can promote now if you're. Or hold on. I think he's smart enough to know that queen takes rook, rook takes check is a good idea. Queen takes rook. Yes. Oh no, you
Yellow
don't
is arrow
block.
net.
You give a check. Oh,
Yellow's one
yellow
to do it.
blocks. That works too. Never mind, that works.
Nice. By the way, blue poised to promote as well.
True, but does
Maybe
he
not
want
the best
to?
opportunity. Oh, he does?
He does, and I don't think that was a good idea. Now, red or yellow refuses to. Okay. But now, I think you move away. Oh, he's got not mates.
Okay.
Double check on K1. Double check on K1, grab a point or two. Yeah. And maybe keep checking green-ish. Oh, I don't know. I think yellow might be deciding the winner here. I think he's probably going to end up deciding green.
Yep, we'll see. Okay. Yellow thinking of supporting his pawn for promotion.
Yeah. I'm not entirely optimistic it will be icy stud. I think it'll be Slayer, probably. But Luciano does know strategy, though. I think he knows it well enough here to not throw entirely.
Here comes the pawn push from yellow. The other yellow pawn is hanging, but I don't think green wants to make an
Green
enemy of the yellow.
probably doesn't want to waste time here. It's not about making enemies. It's about winning the war, not just the battle.
Okay, that's a bishop for
These
yellow.
are not emotional players. They only get emotional in the 4-player stage. You don't want to block with the green queen, or else it forces the queen trade. Well, not necessarily. You can just go queen back to c7. They don't have to trade at all. Okay, I think that was a blunder by blue. Rook check and queen block would be bad. He doesn't go for it. Rook check and queen block would have been the way to go for yellow green.
Right now, green is pinning the yellow pawn. So yellow needs to unpin himself someday.
And you can't do that right now, buddy. You gotta unpin first.
Yeah, he has a minute and 30 seconds to figure out that he is being pinned.
What a roast. Yeah, I was driving and I had Twitch, the Twitch app on not app, by the way, the Twitch browser, the Safari browser playing on radio, and I heard all the roasts. Oh, he likes hanging pieces. He doesn't play good chess. He can attack his opposite. He'd be like Luke. Don't worry, I did not type in the chat and drive. Don't worry about that. That was hilarious.
Double check. Oh, that pins him again. But maybe he wants to eat this green pawn.
It almost looked like there was going to be a mate. That situation is scary for everyone except Luciano. No surprises at all. The promotion, what good is that? See, now blue is the public enemy. Yellow just said, I want to make blue the public enemy. And granted, I do think that the players, if they throw to anybody, would rather give Luciano the win and continue the match. If it is forced. I'm sure they know by now who the players are.
Yep.
It's a pawn. You can grab a pawn with check on blue.
Sure.
And I think if I'm yellow, I am going after blue's queen. What? Still no mates. I'd give a check and attack the rook at the same time if I'm blue. Oh, that's an interesting pre-move. I think yellow knew that blue would attack the rook. A little bit more convinced now that yellow's going to decide the result here, especially in this position. But we could get to El Clasico.
We could.
It would be El Clasico and points close. It could be 1.5, and it gets decided on Icy Stun being the winner because the previous game was his win.
By the way, green and blue within 1 point of each other. So if blue can farm a double check, which it looks like he can this move, then now they're tied.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't come down to this. That's a double check.
Yep. Nice. Yellow is in it.
That's a big promotion right there.
A huge promotion.
I don't think anybody wants to tie right now. Let me just make sure that I did mention tie somewhere in the forums. People are gonna scrutinize me about that. I might not have. The match has been decided on a tiebreaker, but a game has been decided in a tie, which has created a match result.
We have a question from Tails402. What if Slayer, Icy Stun, and draw?
Yeah, I was just literally discussing this.
Whoa.
Oh, it's gonna be El
Blue
Clasico.
stacks for the queen. Okay.
Stun gets.
And now blue is going to try to promote his one remaining pawn. So blue is up on points, but green can just farm a few double checks. That would no longer be the case.
Hope this doesn't happen.
Opening Oracle is saying green missed the win. Oh, he says never mind now. Okay.
Oh, he said never mind because it just looks easy to find, but it isn't.
So tiebreak, most recent previous game won. That would be Icy Stun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the OMG.
Wow.
This has always been the rule.
Wow, is blue gonna take that? He does not take
Blue
it.
can't.
Because yellow would instantly win.
Yellow would win, He
But
would convert.
but if he knows that yellow is Luciano, and it's
Then you
worth
should
doing.
just throw to him instead of allow this to end in a El Clasico tie.
Yeah.
Because green is getting way too many double checks here.
Yeah, green is now beat blue on points.
And he's just going to go for that threefold repetition.
Sure.
I think blue was concerned about the scoreboard, and that's why he gave his queen for the rook.
So, okay, no, never mind.
Another double check. This double check fest's not gonna. It's Slayer win, I think.
Another double check for
Double
green.
check, yep. On e8. Why did? Oh, he's just blocking blue. Okay.
Okay, so now that he is up, he would like to. He would like the game to be over, basically. Another double check.
Oh, another one. Oh yeah, now you break the 50 move rule.
That resets the 50 move rule. He is at 69.
Yeah, I think 105 green missed win. Just double check, and there's really nothing you can do to avoid double checks here. Green's going for a scoreboard record. At that point, your championship match, just go for the world record in the highest hyper-modern score.
Blue is going to promote this pawn.
Yeah. Green should be on the G file, or that. Bill gets the mate, but it doesn't work if blue goes there.
Oh, checking green. And
Is it time for blue to promote just yet? Does yellow want El Clasico? And why would blue go for, or yellow go for that? He had a double check on, he had a big double check there. He missed. Green missed mates? Hang on.
I didn't see mate, but Luke can review it. Let me know if we should look back for 114. They're saying 114 green. Should we go look at that or?
Queen G6. Yes.
Oh, it was
no, king over. King to F9.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't mate. Okay. Blue is promoted. And we have a three queen situation. Green is still farming double checks.
Block. What are the odds of yellow getting 20 double checks, right? really the only way that blue or yellow gets a win here is yellow. That yellow does not get a win. I don't think. He's down a score, and I think that's a big score to be down by. Well, no, yellow can make green, and then trade with blue.
Yellow's is saying green missed mate in 2.
Yellow can help blue to promote. Blue already promoted. Oh, but he's talking about the scenario in which 106G was misplayed by green.
Okay.
In that situation.
Green retreats.
Yellow does have to throw miraculously for. Oh, that's double checked. For blue to win. Yellow does have to throw. But I think yellow is throwing towards green here. I don't think you check here. I think you just move the queen.
Whoa.
What?
They're throwing the yellow.
Yeah, I think that's smart. That is smart move by yeah.
Makes
I think
sense.
everybody says yes, please. Icy's smart. Yep. They all know. They all know what's going on here. Yellow's like, no, I'm not allowing green or.
So green has to take
the blue queen. he has to take the blue queen. And he's forfeiting on time just to rub it in Ice's face that that my robot only has the option to take your queen here. That's if he doesn't stalemate, right? Do I really have to give Luciano credit for being bad at chess? He's not bad at chess, by the way. He isn't. But I think a lot of people think that the memes are gonna live on. A lot of people are saying it. Yep. Smart guy, son.
So we have another game.
And Carlos says, "Vamos, Nene." Do we have another game? Yeah, we do have another game. That's what you meant, right? We're in.
Tail says he missed mate in 2. Maybe we should go back to that mode. Look. Green missed mate in 2. He's saying 114 green.
What?
Let's see. He's saying green missed mate in 2. So queen J3. So instead, what did he want? I'm assuming it's mate in 2 on blue.
Yeah, because no matter what happens, yep, it is because it's a check on yellow. Queen G6 is a check on yellow.
Queen
and that forces the king to go over the only place, and then green moves up and checkmates on G8.
Interesting. Queen G6, a check on yellow. So it's well here you're assuming yellow moves the king. If yellow moves the king, then it is mate. But yellow doesn't have to move the king. Can't yellow interpose the queen?
Wait, hold up. Is there?
If
Carlos
yellow
is translating for him.
If yellow interposes the queen, I guess this is still mate. Okay. If yellow interposes the queen this way, this is still mate. And yeah, it does look like they're all mates. If he just moves the king, this is mate. Yeah, no, they're right. This is a mate. Yeah, there's no way out of it. So green missed May.
See, now he's the worst tiebreak. Wait.
That was an interesting mate. And credit to Tails402 for finding that. Luciano says again he's recording live for his YouTube channel.
Of course. Of course he is.
So, here's the link to Luciano's YouTube. Are they rematching? Or they're trying to figure out all their draw strategies first, I guess.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out all their tiebreak strategies. When you declare break, I don't see it. I just want to make. Oh, Slayer declared break.
This is looking bad for my workout.
So it ended up being that there was no oracle on. Is that the right word? Because I was trying to make a pun here. It was the oracle on game 3 was incorrect. So,
Oh, in my chat, the opening oracle was correct. He said yellow Luciano and blue is icy.
but the message about the prediction for game 3 being decisive was incorrect.
Luciano wants us all to hurry up because it is dead air on his YouTube channel.
It's dead air on his YouTube. Why did he not click record on his? Oh, he's going live. I think he recorded the first couple, but I think he's not live, right? Okay, I don't see the live. I don't see the live on his YouTube. I'm going to live right now. Let me
It's
reset.
probably
Let me.
recording rather than live, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, that means he didn't get his opportunity to go Vamos Nene, and then at the very end of the game 3, maybe he recorded the very end of the last game. I don't know. We'll find out later. Versus game 5. Yeah. Educate Luciano a bit on the match since we invited him. There was already one game.
Is there a particular time the next match is going to start?
In an hour, 18 minutes from now.
No. I'm sorry. The next game is going to start. When is the next game going to start?
They don't click the rematch button. I can click reinvite. And whoever doesn't accept, then we do that drill where we have the replacement. I think it's probably going to be a 5-minute time limit on that one. I think. Oh, we got it. Okay. All right. Next, it's rematched.
Oh, okay, nice.
We are rematched.
Yeah. All right, so we got the first 4 moves
Flaming
here.
FM just got online now. It would have been him if he'd been on the line earlier. All good though. We do enjoy Luciano hopping in there and making this a game 4.
If Luciano were really live,
After...
why wouldn't he click the go live button on 4PC server?
YouTube. Oh, right. Yeah, I know, right? He could, but it's not going to, I guess. Shoot. That's a good point, though. Let's click that live thing. I don't see it. If for Luciano, you lie.
We have Rojito and Jay Balia watching.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, Rojito competed in the Atomic World Championships yesterday. And
he won?
He did not win, but he did quite well. He was in, I guess, I mean, he went to the losers bracket, and then he won a few matches there. He was not in the finals. I think he was in the semifinals.
There's a lot of speculation about a few of the players in that bracket, which are in that mode.
In Atomic?
Yeah. So I don't think the results are final yet.
Oh, okay. Well, Rojito thinks he knows who Slayer is. Looks like.
We look him up, I guess.
But Yeah, so it was kind of funny because the player who eventually won, spoiler alert, was Jake from State Farm. Um, and when they
No,
interviewed
he's a
him,
regular.
they they asked, "Oh, how did you get so good at Atomic?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I've played 35,000 games on Lee Chess." And of course, the interviewers, skipped. Let's talk about something else.
I will not say what news network is related to that. But also, I am. I would be doing the same thing because L word.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
Chuck, you're now
variants that were
officially
just
banned from my
better supported
broadcast.
on other sites, like Crazy House, for example. Analysis mode is much better on L word, but but of course, Bughouse on 4PC, you like chess.com place to be.
You're getting muted from the four-player chess server commentary channel. I can right-click that real quick. I'm kidding. I was actually going into a
Oh,
Matt and
quick
voice
queen
there for
trade
a
there.
second. You
Red
could get
red could take a
really,
pawn, but that
really
opens up the rook. So
yeah, there's a really fast way to get banned from the four-player chess Discord.
didn't someone today? Let me see. 4PC in general. Someone proposed a simul on that other website. Your crack team of mods did nothing about that.
What? Wait. Wait, hold on. I think I know what you're talking about now. My brain had only read every message on the server subconsciously or today. I think I know what you're talking about now. If I go to what, general?
Yeah.
Oh, that! His skull emoji uh was reacted.
But GS, yeah.
That should have been taken care of a million years ago. But let me see if it's still simul not found. It does not even exist.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna leave that
simuls
up
don't
there.
exist forever. I think he was looking for opponents at a certain time.
Uh, wait, if it doesn't exist now, isn't it good to just leave there to make them look dumb for the fact that it doesn't exist?
It doesn't matter.
Or did it disappear? Is it one of those that expires?
So
I don't know.
so red has the lowest time here. Um, what do you think that says about who red is?
Probably Muppet Robin. I think we might have a repeat of colors here. Rigged.
So it's interesting. Blue wanted red to go after the knight. I think blue didn't notice that there was queen takes rook. So what does that say about blue's chess skills?
Hold on. Whoa. Didn't notice that there's queen takes rook.
Actually, it might have still been a good move actually, because if queen takes rook, queen could interpose and then take the rook after. Or no, they couldn't. Never
No,
mind, because
no.
green
Green
would be
was moving
checked.
first
Yeah,
before.
it's just not a good move.
There
Yeah,
was
I think
nothing yellow
blue
could do
didn't
to
notice.
put pressure on. Blue didn't notice what? I mean,
No,
Green's
blue
rook.
didn't notice queen takes rook because blue was arrowing knight to knight J5 to attack the knight. Thinking
Oh.
because he's tempoed the queen that would be fine. He didn't see queen takes rook on
Oh, with
h11
check, yeah.
with check.
That okay, that's what you mean. Right. All right, I'm gonna step away for another minute or so.
Yep. So green going for some king safety. I think green would prefer this bishop to be, the yellow bishop to be off the diagonal so he could push the pawn, but he doesn't want to offer the bishop trade right now. He may also choose to push the pawn if blue ever looks like he's attacking the yellow. What is this knight move about? It's not rerouted anywhere. So it just seems a little odd to undevelop your knight. I guess it's threatening a future check if red ever moves the king over. Yellow getting the rook active. Okay, that offers the bishop trade to yellow. Blue should tempo yellow. But no, blue just pushes pawn. Red still very low on time. En passant possible for blue. But he may just like to have those locked up. Now he puts the rook behind. Looking at possible promotion. If I'm blue, I also might think about moving my king over to b11, like that.
Oh yeah, sure. I think that looks fine for blue. Blue might be Luciano.
If
Or not.
Blue's trying to get his knights active.
Oh, no, never mind. They don't say blue's ice is done. Blue might actually be Luciano. How quickly he's moving.
Green has some open lines. Hold on, is this pawn free? Why doesn't green take e13?
Yeah, right? Because they might get an attack and
I'm
red
gonna
might
go back and
too.
look. How long is? Oh, he just moved the knight. So this is the first move. It's free.
If he goes now, then red might go all in on blue. Or green, rather. Red might go all in on green. Yellow comes with a punch on the bishop, and that's not good for green. It's weakening the safety.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, it might not be. Yeah, actually, because the L4 pawn would fall. Right now, the bishop's protecting it. But now queen is protecting that pawn. Queen's protecting L4. I think red is going after blue. Alright, I think green should take this pawn now. It puts pressure on yellow anyway, which helps out blue. Blue wants him to push a pawn? Why does he want that? Why is blue error in this move? I think blue's Luciano, by the way, given the spam there. And it seemed like a weird move.
Okay.
So yellow has taken advantage of the situation to attack green a little bit.
Red and yellow position are very obvious.
Yeah, red also going after the green pawn.
If I was yellow, guess what I would have done? Would be a hard guess, by the way.
I think we know what Luke would have done. Okay, but green actually protects this pawn. So green making some solid chess moves. Green's still looking at this yellow pawn. Green's pawn structure not so hot. Red seems to have the safest position.
Are we going queen takes and check here? Yeah, I like red's position.
We're doing queen takes and check where? What's the...
Queen takes pawn, and bishop takes check.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Blue is arrow and not... Or no, I'm sorry. Blue is arrow and bishop takes another pawn. But the queen guards
I
that.
like it. And we still have that same threat on board.
Yep.
Green doesn't want to take risks here.
No, I don't think he trusts blue.
Turtling table. Yeah, green. Oh, okay. Green does not trust blue because he's Luciano and he doesn't know how to. Never mind. That's what a lot of players think. But Luciano's smart.
Red
you guys
attacking
think.
the... Well,
Putting that out there.
with the speed of the arrows, you said that was a tell before, so...
Of course, that speed of the arrows shows, and the clock shows that blue is Luciano.
Well, red has fast arrows too. That's what I was saying. Red has fast arrows and
That's
has a lot of clock.
For defense. I don't know how to play chess, guys.
Rohito is saying Slayer doesn't look like blue or green.
Well, Luciano looks like blue. I don't know who would have 1 minute 59 seconds on their clock as yellow. Maybe I might be a bit to Robin. Probably it might be yours.
Is this pawn hang? Or no, it's not, because the green queen is protected in.
Trying to make a secondary threat. This is a turtling room right here. This is not a teaming room. Oh, it's not even hanging. It's a free rook for red.
Red is never going to take that.
One can hope. Oh, it's a free queen for yellow.
Here's a better question. If you're red, do you just mate yellow with queen to d13? Followed by
don't think
bishop.
Followed by blue coming in for that.
Nope. Did red just sack his queen? He did. Wow. Okay.
What's this about? Rook takes d9 check. Rook takes d9 check, and then but blue does that. Yeah. This is a big. These. I don't think constantly changing positions.
So
correct me if I'm wrong.
Red's bishop, his light square bishop is kind of locked in.
I don't think this is how dynamically the positions have changed this game. I don't know if that's favoring Icy Stun. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
No matter who the players are right now, I don't think in theory that would favor Icy Stun. Blue thinks his opposite is out to get him. That's funny.
This opposite is not out to get. You would still have a left square on b9, so it's not even mate.
Yeah, mi opuesta. Traidor.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, okay, the red bishop supports, I see.
Yeah, they're just trying to bust open green's position, I guess.
Sure.
Does that even make sense? I guess you just go all out against green because red and yellow are kind of losing here against blue and green. But if they can get somebody, then they can go to 3-player stage.
Oh, there's a green bishop hanging. That's a good point.
Is that even hanging?
Well, for no,
Uh,
I mean, I guess blue wouldn't take it. Blue's his opposite.
I don't think anybody's gonna get checkmated
Oh
here.
shoot, I'm
Oh,
I'm
that's a.
I'm behind a few moves.
Look
Oh
at
god.
that. That's a fork.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got behind a few moves somehow. So let me see
That
what
is a
happened.
fork. You just take your quote unquote teammate's pawn here. Red, or just move the pawn and you don't ever lose your pawn. Support your bro's knight here.
Yeah, that would be a great fork.
Check. Take the pawn with check.
He doesn't do it.
What?
So this is a different tactic. Oh, okay.
This
No, this
game
doesn't
looks
work.
like chaos. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so what does it say about yellow that yellow didn't do that fork?
Not icy.
DKNM says, how did yellow miss that? Great question. But yeah, I don't think yellow is icy.
And yellow is Euros. I think blue is Luciano. Green, I don't know. Is it a green Slayer and red icy? Or the other way? I think yellow is Euros.
The queen actually defends that knight. I don't know if red has noticed. Or blue. Okay. Blue notices.
Why would red want to take that knight with the bishop right now?
He should not. It'd be a terrible move.
But he could play a waiting move. You just pass.
What? They just lost so much material there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that made
So
no sense at all.
red is pushing pawns. The only way that makes sense is if red is trying to mask who he is. Red is falling apart.
Oh, blue green go for, yeah, that's a good point. Each other, maybe. It's too early to betray.
Okay, blue attack in yellow makes sense.
Like I said, I don't think that there's gonna be a checkmate too soon right now. I think a checkmate would blunder to whoever else is at the table.
Yeah, Knight Love Raver, yellow could have won a queen earlier with the Knight 4.
All these pre-moves, man. And blue says, "Hi, I am Luciano." Pre-moves, and my clock is higher than everyone else. Yellow's like, I don't have think because I had 0 points and nobody's gonna knock me out very quickly. Which, yeah, I think red green are the other two players with 1 point. I think.
So
I think
if you
Luciano
think that
advancing
red
like
and green are the players in the run-in here, then should green take the red rook?
right. I don't know what to say here, but I don't think this is going to be a fast checkmate. It was literally a Muppet, he says. He's not just saying Muppet, he's saying a Muppet, as in Jay's definition of Muppet.
Yes.
This player, seriously, seems like he might be Muppet Robin, because clearly he's playing like a Muppet.
Blue arrow and knight
Yeah, I
takes
think
rook.
blue green might. It is a big discussion of who, when to betray, if it's too early or not. Green can't invest all of his material
They're
onto
saying
red right
green
now. He
missed
can't.
checkmate, so I guess they were looking at uh, queen takes rook and then queen takes pawn.
Combo mate or single player mate? Oh, that. Yeah, but I don't think green cares about that right now.
No.
Wouldn't blue just sit? He would pass, as in ISIS stuns terms. He would pass. He'd capture the blue. He'd capture the pawn on h9. Let red yellow king be forced to take, and then he would get the mate himself. Blue would get the mate with green queen being one less.
Yep.
And he decides to pre-move. That's a pin. He's like, OMG, that's a pin. What?
Well, he has knight takes rook if the rook gets taken.
Yeah. Is blue gonna get that green queen or not?
Oh yeah, rook takes queen. That's a good point. But he's arrowing it.
He is thinking about
Thinking
it.
about it.
Green is like, do I let this happen to me or not? Take. Is it too early? Nope. He's like, yellow's too much of a threat here.
Yellow's not a threat.
Green.
Red has a few things left.
Is everybody gonna let Luciano win though? I don't think so. Well,
I
they're
think
not in the
green needs
same
to start
bracket.
worrying about a blue betrayal at this point because red is running out of pieces. Oh,
He's
wow.
already.
And red going after blue. Nice.
Green's taking advantage of stuff here. Luciano has 46 points. I'm just saying Luciano now. It's just so easy to just say Luciano.
These two green pawns seem hard to defend. It's kind of like they don't exist.
I'd say the YouTuber has a great chance of just winning this game off of points.
Yeah.
The 6-time world champ is, I don't know. 6-time world champ is smart though. He did his throw to Luciano was brilliant. He needed that to save his chances.
Green is pushing, and these pawns are hard to defend anyway, so might as well do something with them.
Mate. Oh, blue gets checkmate, and red has to move the rook away.
And so if yellow is Muppet Robin, then this is decisive.
It's all over. This decisive. Yeah.
Oh, can you check
Observing,
to see?
yep, it is Muppet Robin, as I did predict.
Wow.
Red should have moved the rook away.
Yeah. I mean, unless red wins this.
Red is 2 scores behind blue. Stepping away again.
With red 2 scores behind blue, blue can potentially attack green and then throw to red. The green could try promoting, hoping red wouldn't take. But it looks like instead he's going to... Okay, so they need to block red promotion. So if red defends his pawn, then green can promote. Otherwise red is just losing a pawn. How is red winning? I mean, he's not, most likely. What did blue just take? That's the dead pawn that was in the way of promotion. He's not taking the red pawn. Instead, he wants to get rid of this green pawn. That is a good idea for blue. Again, if blue can disable green, because he's 2 scores ahead of red, then he could just resign. Now he can potentially play bishop takes knight. Bishop takes knight and then resign, I think, is the best thing for blue to do. Bishop takes knight and resign. Bishop takes knight is the move. Come on, blue. Bishop takes knight. Game over. You win. Blue does not understand.
This is a. I forgot how to do polls, so I'm going to do this, but I'll cancel. Don't worry.
What's that?
I'm just putting this out there.
Oh, the prediction? Okay.
Yeah, this is just. I'm going to cancel it. Don't worry.
No,
guys.
no, you can do whatever prediction you
I
want.
forgot
That's
how
all
to
fine.
do polls. So I did a prediction because that's what I have access to.
I mean, I don't understand why blue is not just taking the win. It's an immediate win if he takes this knight.
Takes a knight?
Yeah, well now he needs to move his king out of the way, but for several moves he had bishop takes the green knight. And after taking the green knight he gets to 70 points. He can resign and he can let red beat green. And he's more than 2 scores ahead.
Wait, so there is a chess.com community championship coming up that involves 4-player chess free for all.
Nice.
And so that is what my question is. Do you think someone is going to claim win in the chess.com community brackets?
Probably.
So I say yes, no, and yes, but more than once.
The problem is this prediction we won't know for a month or two. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to delete this one, but I'm just putting it out there. I think it is quite a possibility that players don't know strategy. And
blue really needs to unpin his bishop. If blue unpins his bishop, takes the knight, the game is over. I don't know why blue isn't taking the win. Like, it's pretty clear that blue is Luciano. If blue, no, seriously, if blue were Icy Stun, he would have taken the win a long time ago. I think Slayer would have also taken the win a long time ago.
He's doing it right now, but green is gonna move the knight. Wait. But then red, green can each promote on each other.
It doesn't matter. The point is that red has a much better position than green. So if you assume that red is going to win rather than green, red does not have enough points. Even if he gets 2 scores and the 2 pawns, it's over. Just take the knight and it's over.
It's not over because red could throw.
He could throw, but why would he do that?
Well, he can throw. He can say "F this, I'm out" and resign to green, and blue instantly regrets his decision.
He could, but that's not going to happen. I mean,
True though. Blue does have to think this through if he's gonna do it or not.
I mean, he's had like 4 minutes that he finally
He's doing it. Okay,
resigned.
okay.
Blue resigned. The game is over.
Resign and make them decide. Oh.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
resign,
seriously,
Blue.
if he resigns, then it's just a win for him.
He does not resign.
So now I mean, this is
Don't let Red
still
double
good
check.
because there's not many pawns left anyway. So we can count the number of pawns that
He
that
doesn't
red
want
can
to queen
take.
yet.
1, 2,
He wants
3,
to
4,
grab
5,
blue things
6.
first.
There's 6 pawns. That gets him to 32 and then 40. So if
Okay,
red takes
time to
all the
resign.
pawns, then that
Why
would be
did he
enough.
move? Green gets a checkmate. Wait a second. Who is green?
Okay, so
What just happened?
red can't win.
So this is gonna be a red decides the winner now.
Yeah, red can
Red gets
either
win the blue every
mate
time.
green and then blue wins, or he could feed a rook to green.
He's just gonna. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Who is red? They should just tie the two players and see what happens on a tiebreak.
Yeah, a tie would be interesting.
No, a tiebreak goes to Luciano every time, so they can't do that because they know that Luciano.
Yeah, they should know that.
What is he gonna do? Red is just gonna troll massively. Yeah, no, Red wants to troll. So we know Luciano probably wins this.
I don't know. I mean, well, yeah, I do think Luciano is probably going to win this, but we'll see. There's just an
maybe.
easy ladder mate here for red, and it looks like he's going to take the mate.
Yes, Luciano, I think, will advance.
Unless he
is
still
red
can
gonna
sack the rook
troll?
right now. Sack the
He
rook
can
if
still
we want.
sack the rook and troll.
Blue has admitted he is Luciano.
Green does need to move. Green has to move to continue the game. And he has to pray for chances of red just deciding to throw the rook to. Red picks the winner. Roulette. Roulette.
Yeah. So I mean, I legitimately think taking the knight was the thing to do, but he should not have moved into mate there. He shouldn't have let green mate him.
It's
Okay.
over. Luciano
Luciano
will advance.
progresses.
Oh, Icy Stun was green.
So green was icy stun. But yeah, so let's go back. Green gave himself some chances here, but okay, so yeah, if you're Luciano, okay, so pushing this pawn was not good. Blue had to. Well, I mean, I guess it worked out for Luciano when green mated him, but it did work out for him. But like at this point, I would have considered just resigning. And if you don't resign, then you can just try to trade anything. Like if you trade one pawn with anyone, then you win. Or if you feed a pawn to red. Or no, I'm sorry. If you, let me see. You feed a pawn to green, And then red would have like no winning chances. But yeah, I really like him taking the knight there. I think he should have taken the knight like a long time ago.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
so let me see. So back here when he pushed. So on move 70, I would have taken the knight. Because green has 2 pawns, red has a rook. You know, there's no way that green is winning this unless red throws. I think you could take the knight and resign. Or take the knight and keep playing, but do not get mated to green. Justin Davis says taking the knight loses because players can always throw. They can, but I think they're not going
Not
to.
here.
Okay. That said, this match is over. So final results, 2 to 1 to 1. Final score 2 to 1 to 1. 2 Luciano. 1 Icy Stun. And 1 was Slayer. And 0 for Muppet Robin. So congrats to the players. I'm gonna raid out. Oh, it looks like Pepe Lou is streaming. Let's raid Pepe. Pepe streams variants sometimes.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna come back in 40 minutes.
Fantastic.
Hopefully I can speed run some squats. We'll see. So I'm gonna
Nice.
try to get. I'm not gonna be able to do my whole workout, but maybe the start of it. Yeah. So I'll see you at 11. Hopefully Luke can join me in some more commentary. I am not gonna be able to stream the. I guess this will be the 4th match. So
3 p.m.
Yeah, the 3 p.m. one because I have another obligation to stream Bughouse World Championship. But I can stream this next one. All right, have a good one. See you all later. Bye, guys.
For now.